Blessed is the man that worketh not under the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat that is scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law I say, I did it sunrise and sundown. Him I go there like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him doeth shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now, they saw them there like a chaff which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go tamper on judgment of the sin among them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God, Jah, beloved, the way of the righteous and the way of the sin among them always and always I go perish. Oh, the Lord is I shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before right in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with uno oil, the cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I ven. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God Jah. Kadamawe gromabe atela e. How ma uso bolisa? I don't know what to. It was sickly for. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. He shall protect their bones, and their bones now go broke. I and I give thanks. I and I give thanks. I and I give thanks. How ma uso bolisa? I don't know what to. It was sickly for. How ma uso bolisa? Akpe kaka. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a Blakk Pot, and each time this Blakk Pot sits on the fire, ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes. Oh, aromas and flavors, colors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the Blakk Pot. They are subjected to some amount of heating, and at the end of the day, they produce food. Paradoxically, they do not even take part in the eating of the food. I'm talking about the Blakk Pot and the ingredients. Yet every time they rise to the occasion, producing food that they do not partake in eating. What does this teach us? A lesson of selflessness. Every time they are required to produce food, they make that. How many of us keep telling ourselves, oh, we have it all today. Let's eat everything today, for tomorrow we die. How many of us keep telling ourselves, oh, I struggled so much to get this. Why must I share it with any other person? Remember, no man is an island and no man lives alone. Today might be your season. Today might be your bumper harvest. But nobody is the epitome, or better still, the repertoire. Better still, oh, nobody is the home. Nobody is the commandeer. Nobody is the owner of calamity. Calamity can touch any other person, just as when it rains, it doesn't fall on only one man's house. My brother, my sister, are we thinking about the next generation? Are we making children? Now, today is celebrated around the world as World Parent Free Day, or better still, Child Free Day. Some people have decided that they won't have children. In some societies, people are looked down on if they don't have children. Today is celebrated around the world as World Child Free Day. Some people just decide that they will not have children for so many reasons, health reasons, and even more. Wherever you are, whether you have a child or not in Africa, one man's child is the child of every other person. You can send some other man's children on errands and it's accepted. You can punish and correct any other man's child, and it is accepted right here in Africa. When a woman gets married, she doesn't only get married to one man, she gets married to the whole family. My God, what a beautiful continent. In Africa, remember, we love the family life. Much as we love the family life, we don't seem to be generational thinkers. Can we think 50 years ahead? What are we doing so that our nation, our continent, will benefit from what we are doing right now 50 years later? This is why this show is here. It is a show of generational thinking. It's a show of the mind. Oh yes, it's a show of the mindset. At Independence, Kwame told us, oh yes, that the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless the whole of Africa is also independent. He was thinking years ahead. And he told us, now that we had our independence, it was time to change our attitudes. There cannot be generational thinking without attitudinal change as it stands right now. And remember that when we talk about the mindset, we are also talking about the attitude. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we would only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That's why we keep saying that this is in the service of God and country. Yes. And we are live on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Blakk Empire Media, and Blakk is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Please do me a favor. Share this broadcast so all and sundry can be a part of this national cake, continental cake. It is our duty to make sure that the generations yet to come are bequeathed to, or better still, they inherit something that is sumptuous. It is our duty to stop the exit of our citizens from our land, running around like urchins and squalors around other people's countries looking for food to eat, scavenging. It is time to stop it, and we can do that. We can speak, we can take action, and these are the things that help us move. Today I shared a proverb on my radio show, and I want to share it with you. There is no beauty but the beauty of action. You can create all the beautiful sceneries in your head. As long as you don't push this into action, they would only remain potential energy. When you put momentum into that, then you know that acceleration is happening, forward motion. My brother, my sister, this is the Blakk Pot. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, and at the same time, you click on the bell, which is the notification bell. So anytime we come, no matter where you are, you will be reminded to watch this. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And I would like to say thank you so much to those wonderful people who do business with us. Is it? It's one search. Oh my God. And is it simply means in spirit, in truth. This is a social media app that has been modeled and built by Ghanaian engineers in America. Now the good thing is that it is out competing with all the major ones around. What can you do with Is It? You can go live. You can also make audio and video calls. You can also, oh my God, upload your videos and photos and meet very qualitative people online. What do we mean by qualitative people? This is devoid of negativity. With Is It, you meet only positive people online, because Is It has powerful algorithms that remove every negative thing before they even pop up. That is why we say with Is It, there is no negativity. I am on Is It. Are you on Is It too? You can download this for free, absolutely, from Google Play and App Store. And connect with family and friends. Make memories that are lasting. It's crystal clear. Oh God. Soon, we are going to go live on Is It as well in the interim. This is the Blakk Pot, supported by Is It. We are also supported by Le Shrine. It's an executive club. Everybody's talking about Le Shrine right here in Accra. Are you in Accra? Do you want to have an experience that you will never ever forget? Then you're talking about Le Shrine. Le Shrine is located at a place that is holy. Like the place that Moses went up to and saw the blazing fire. Over here, everything is beautiful. We have the Atlantic Ocean washing the beaches. And right there in front of the Atlantic Ocean, we have Le Shrine. There's a mini hotel in there. There's a beautiful, sexy swimming pool. And everything you see in there is shrine-like. So African and so beautiful. On Monday, they have the karaoke night. And also the adult night. Don't go there with your children. In fact, at Le Shrine, we say, everything you want to see, come and witness this yourself right here. For yourself. On Wednesday, they have the reggae night. And reggae music is playing on the beach. Imagine when the Lovers Rock start playing, man and woman hugging and feeling the sea breeze and touching and feeling close to the skies, almost entering heaven. Oh my God, this is Le Shrine. Again, on Sunday, Lake Shrine has what is known as the Special Ladies' Night. Don't go there with your children. Men, come in your numbers because sweet ladies are all over the place talking nice to you. But remember to buy the ladies a drink so that the conversation can continue. This is Lake Shrine. They have live band music playing and they have also reggae bands playing time after time. What are you talking about? You call Lake Shrine right now and book the place for your own private parties. No problem at all. The numbers are scrolling on the screen. Make sure you pick them up and do business with Lake Shrine. Proud supporters of this show known as the Blakk Pot. Lake Shrine is located right there inside La Boma Beach Resort. Right there in Accra. Here, the capital of Ghana. Oh gosh. This is Lake Shrine. Call them on 0205 5050 or 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0206 5050. This is the Blakk Pot. Time now for action. Keep your comments coming in. Share this broadcast, please. Number one, watch it. Brrr. Watch me. I will not fail like Kwame despite. And this is Mcdan speaking. Who is Mcdan? This is the man. Can you see his face? As if to say, I shall not fail. That's him. Who is Kwame despite? This is Kwame despite. Can you see the number of cars he has? He's built a whole empire for himself. He doesn't have the education a lot of people in Ghana have. Again, a lot of people with education in Ghana do not have the success story that this man has. It's a paradox. He's the owner of a huge media house called Despite Media, Peace FM, Neat FM, and so on and so forth. He started off by selling cassettes and doing the music business. All of a sudden, through hard work, he made it big. He's one of the richest guys we have in Ghana. Why would somebody consider him a failure? Why would somebody consider this man a failure? Mcdan says that he is the Lord of the Songo Lagoon. He says there is no day he would ever leave Songo. What is Songo? Now, Songo Lagoon is located right there at Adan. It makes the best salt in the world. And this salt is so sumptuous. In fact, very, 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 very nutritious. A lot of people come from around the world just to taste this powerful salt. Why is it powerful? The history behind Songo itself is unique. How the lagoon came into being and how the salt even came into being. There was one Nenekole from Adan who came all the way. He was a hunter. We were told that he shot an animal and tracing the dying animal, he found himself in the middle of the jungle where an old woman came up and said, I am the animal that you shot. But I intentionally lured you here so I could give you a gift for you and your people. Look around. What do you see? See, I see some whitish material. Yes, whitish. He said, could you taste it? He tasted it and said, whoa, this is crazy. This is great. He said, this is a gift for you and your people. Under no circumstances should this ever be monopolized. And that is Songo. The salt is so white, so nutritious. You don't need any machine. You don't have to go through any chemical process to process this. All you need is the sun and the sea water in the lagoon. And boof, you have this. People come from all over to enjoy this. Nobody has ever stopped anybody from coming. In the past, they tried to give this as a concession to so many different people. But it ended up in murder, killing, bloodshed. I remember in the days of our painting, Margaret Kuonu was shot and killed. She was a woman Rawlings had to fly in this helicopter to go and pick the dead body, carry this body all the way to Accra. That was when Appenting and the rest of them were stopped from working on the lagoon. Anytime somebody tries to go into the lagoon and do business, as in monopolize it in one way or the other, or take a concession, the people of Adan fight back vehemently. Boot for boot, blood for blood. They are not ready. In fact, for them, it's their lagoon. And Nene Kole and the gods of the area gave them the lagoon so that they will benefit from that. Over 10,000 people have their livelihoods trapped in this lagoon. Is it enough? Can we go forward? This is what is known as the Songo Lagoon. And the salt coming out of it is both spiritual and nutritious. In the past, according to Mcdan, some 6 very prominent people tried to do business with Songo, and the people chased them out like rats from the bush. But he will not fail. One of them, Kwame Despite, oh my God, this man tried to do business, salt business at Songo, but according to Mcdan, the people of the area chased him out and told him, don't touch the anointed salt. He ran out. Another man is Ibrahim Mahama. Oh yes, Ibrahim Mahama, the younger brother of the former president of the Republic of Ghana, a self-made businessman. He has private jets. He has money. Oh, he's into mining. He tried to also go for the Songo salt, but the people chased him out into a hole like a mole, smoked him out and chased him away. He couldn't touch the salt, according to Mcdan. Hey! Then there was also Dangote, the richest black man in the world. Dangote came from Nigeria with all his bag of cash. He went into Songo trying to do business. The people of Adan said, "Where? Get out!" They chased him out, according to Mcdan. And with all his money and his influence, he couldn't survive even a day in Adan. That is not the end. How about PV Obeng? PV Obeng, a stalwart of the NDC. There was a time this man wielded so much power, my brother, that nothing happened in Ghana without passing through him. But he himself, according to Mcdan, went to Adan to do the salt business. But no, it did not work. It collapsed like a house of cards. Who else? Can you tell me who is next? The great lawyer Chachu Chikata, the most learned lawyer in the world. He went to big universities in the world, like Harvard. This man, his head is a walking encyclopedia of legal proceedings and so on and so forth. You cannot call him your learned colleague. You call him the learned one. Lawyers who call each other my learned colleague, they don't call him a colleague. They call him the learned one. This man is full of law. Hey, come here. Kaya Jeme, watch me. This man here is full of law. In fact, when you touch his head, you go home with law in your hand. He went there. He looked at all the acts and he looked at everything in the law, but they chased him out with his law book. He also ran out according to Mcdan. They couldn't. There was one thing that they lacked. None of them was from Adan. There was this man too, Sam Jonah. Oh my God. Remember Anglo Gold Ashanti? He's another rich man. They chased him out like a mole. He couldn't also do any business. He couldn't. So Mcdan decided that he will go and try. And when he went, all the gods of Adan stood up. Libation was poured. Animals were slaughtered on his bald head. They said they will finish this man. And Mcdan continued to talk to the chiefs. He was able to pay so much money, you can call that bribes, to so many of the chiefs. Why did Mcdan say he would take over the place? One old man told him that you are a son of the land. Your name is Macaulay. Colley. You are a great-great-great-grandson of the great Nene Colley. You are different from all these people. You're going to have it. Yesterday I had a conversation with some of the rebels of Adam fighting people who come to take their livelihoods. And they told me, the way it stands right now, we are sitting quietly and looking at Mcdan. He has bought everybody in Adam. He's paid everybody, including the gods of Adam. Come here! Hey, I didn't know gods could also be bribed. Mcdan went to the most powerful god in Adam. We're told it's a woman. You know, the Adams, they love, the feminine thing. It's only there we'll find women with power. I love that. All our gods are males. Just a few females. But Adam, the most powerful, especially the god of the Songo Lagoon, is a woman. Mcdan, we're told, has gone to pacify the gods. And it's not Mcdan telling me this, but the rebels of Adam. And it looks like the god of Songo has asked Mcdan to go ahead. So right now, Mcdan can boldly say, hey, I am Songo. I am the Lord and prophet of Songo. But many people are still embittered. The rebels said they will not give up. They are also going to the same woman. They will pour libation and be able to deal with Mcdan. The interesting thing is that Libi Wono, who is supposed to be the priest of the Songo, if he doesn't pour libation, nobody goes in there. Himself has come into contact with Mcdan, and it looks like he's also leaking something sweet. And information coming from Mcdan says that he said he has to spend money and eat good food before he dies. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And it looks like Mcdan has actually gone to see the real goddess. Those who were not convinced at the beginning are beginning to open their eyes. But we still have some rebels. And even them, they said they have gone back. They are waiting for the goddess to come out so that they will go to the goddess with all sorts of things. And they will fight back. They say they will never give up. But this is it. Mcdan, 6 people failed. Bring their photos. Sam Jonah, he went in there. The gods and the people chased Sam Jonah out of the place, right? We also had PV Obing go in there. They chased him out, the gods and the people. The great Dangote went there. They chased him out like a goat. Then came the great Chachuchi Kata. He went there with all his knowledge of law. He couldn't beat the people and the gods. And again, we had this man here, Kwame Despite. It didn't work. Ibrahim Mahama, with all his money, they chased him out. It didn't work either. 6 great people, including Sam Jonah. If the people of Adan are saying that Mcdan has been able to go through a lot of routes to be able to stand firm and take the whole place. And remember, he's taking over the whole lagoon. The government of Ghana did not make allowance for anybody to have another concession. It's only Mcdan, 100% ownership. Lease for 15 years. Is Mcdan ready to sit with the people and say that, well, I am from here. Can the people be part of the lagoon as well? By this, according to him, he's built pans. The pans are those areas, demarcated areas where you can mine the salt, or better still, harvest the salt. over there, salt is not mined, it's harvested. The sun just creates it, and then you go and pick it up. But the people are complaining that the place demarcated to them does not produce as much salt. Is Mcdan going to say, I fought a good fight? And it looks like at the end of the day, it's worth celebrating, but I still want to give the people a certain concession that will satisfy them? Or will Mcdan just say, oh, if about 90% of all the people have now come to me, why should I bother about a few people who are against me? What is Mcdan going to say? According to Mcdan, he has over 2 million people following him. So he can decide who would win the next election. That's what Mcdan says. Are the 2 million people from Adan? Yesterday I spoke to the rebels. You know, I'm doing a documentary. And they told me, for now, they have backed down because their gods have told them to back down. But they are waiting for the gods to settle. So they will go and tell the gods that they want to relaunch an attack. This is the time for Mcdan to be able to sit with these people and try and sacrifice so that they will meet each other halfway. Or will the fight continue? Would it be like in the days of Appington? Will Mcdan fail like the 6 other people? Or Mcdan will be the only person who has won? We are going to follow this story and we shall tell you more. In the interim, this is the Songo Lagoon in the Blakk Port. Yes. We want peace. We want justice. We shall follow this story. Is anybody losing his livelihood because of a dirty politician? If there's anybody to blame at all, it's the dirty politicians in power. The government of Ghana did not think about the people of Adan. Did not look at the Songo Lagoon to say, okay, Mcdan, you take 80%. The 20%, let the other people come and take that. As has been put in a very nice book known as the Master Plan, drawn by the Cubans in the days of Jerry John Rawlings, about the same Songo Lagoon. Will the Master Plan finally work? Or will Mcdan just sit back and say, okay, once I am from here, can I just employ all the 10,000 people supposedly who depend on this? Can he do it? Can he do it? 10,000 people. I can't wait to see how this is going to end. In the interim, we shall follow it and walk on the path of peace, because war has never solved anything. It's the Blakk Port. Keep your comments coming. Next story. Boom. This is a big one. It looks like we're going to talk about Kojo Besia. Okay, not yet. Not Kojo Besia. Today we have a Kojo Besia story. Kojo Besia in the local dialect is gay, homosexual. We have a story today about Kojo Besia. GABBY fingered in kitchen corruption. My God. Nana Akufo-Addo is in Galamsey. When we talk about Galamsey, Nana Akufo-Addo, the king of Chebi, we rope them into it. I didn't know kitchen corruption was also a thing. But thanks to Ablakwa, Okujeto Ablakwa, North Tongue MP, he's also bald-headed like that. But he is a little albinic, or maybe he just has this color. And he's unique when you see him. In this country, not too many people have this kind of complexion. So when you see him, you pick him up anywhere. It's like if you're so dark, you become unique amongst the people. People can easily pinpoint you. It's like you are wearing a different color of robe. This is a Ablakwa. He never gets hidden wherever he goes. His head is always shining just like this. I love him. He's a very good friend of mine. Together, we have been helping to fight corruption. He just came up with an expose. Run the story. Watch it. And it's big. It says kitchen scandal. GABBY cited in 187 million Ghana cedi deal as Ablakwa publishes explosive details. Come here. Watch me. GABBY Asari Ochridakun, lawyer and cousin of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is the latest personality to come under the parliamentary oversight radar of North Tongue Member of Parliament Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. The lawmaker on August 1, that's today, 2023, posted a series of documents to back his latest publication dubbed Kitchen Scandal. He accuses Akufo-Addo's inner circle, especially GABBY, of engaging in a deal that is likely to cost the country huge sums of money. He disclosed that the scandal in question was valued at 187 million plus Ghana cedis. The kitchen scandal is a tale of betrayal, bravado, double standards, influence peddling, dishonesty, greed, collusion, arm twisting, naked nepotism, and blatant rape of the public purse. Hallelujah. I love this. As a student of literature, I love it when people bring words in there like that. Bring it back. Bring it back quick. Watch this. It says, the kitchen scandal is a tale of betrayal. Last paragraph. Bravado, double standards, influence peddling, dishonesty, greed, collusion, arm twisting, naked nepotism, and blatant rape of the public purse. Jesus have mercy. The kitchen scandal will afford us a rare insight into how President Akufo-Addo's kitchen cabinet operates and how destructive they have been to national progress. His introductory paragraphs to the expose read. According to Ablakwa, Ochridakun managed to get sections of government, including the Attorney General, and elements within the Finance Ministry to agree to pay his new client the said amount, even though there is no basis for so to be done. It is absolutely insane for Akufo-Addo's kitchen cabinet to create this ginormous 187 million plus Ghana cedis liability for the Ghanaian taxpayer under this downgraded, corrupt IMF bailout economy. The MP lamented. And these are excerpts. My brother, my sister, next page. These are excerpts of what he wrote. And he has some documents to show. He showed us documents. These are some of the documents. My brother, bring the photo of GABBY Asari Ochridakun. I don't trust this guy. He's supposed to be a lawyer. He's also done some journalism. He was born in Chelsea. So he is a dual citizenship holder, Ghana and England. He will never give out his British citizenship for anything. A reason, he might not be interested in being a political person in Ghana, political office holder. After all, the president is his cousin. He has the power to fire or hire any minister of state. Should I give you an example? You remember the Minister of Energy, right? He and this man had a small tango. And according to the man, this man, Ejakun, that's his name, he was able to remove him from his post. Now he's so angry, he's going around talking. He especially talked about the Ameri Power deal, and that it was GABBY who decided to renegotiate the deal, inflating figures. And when he refused to sign, they decided to kick him out. My brother, such blatant corruption, allegations, and we are not able to follow up on this. Are we a serious nation? We go to court and the issue can last 600 years. The judge will die. The great-grandson of the judge will die. And they are still on the issue and nothing comes up. What is happening to our legal system? The other day, the same Attorney General threatened that he was going to sue Ablakwa for saying things against him. They rushed to the court. What happened? No apology happened. They are barking dogs. They make noise for nothing. Just like the president, a barking mad dog. The other day, the president said that he was going to sue Al Jazeera. Al Jazeera must apologize to him for trying to rope him around a money launderer. called Alistair Matthias. Al Jazeera refused to apologize. The barking mad president has never been able to say anything. Are we kids? Are we children? What a joke. They threaten you, and if you stand your ground, they crumble like a house of cards. Such comedians in power. Untrained comedians. I don't trust GABBY. If GABBY can maneuver his way with shenanigans and gymnastics to take out Ajakun as the energy minister at the time, because he refused, yes, that's him, Ajakun, he refused to sign some corrupt power deal with Ameri, then anything can happen. And what Okujeto Blakk is alleging is that this man called GABBY Asarochidakun, a cousin to the president of Ghana, who recently said a few days ago that he's not interested in politics because he's not a politician, he's worse than a politician. If you are not interested in politics, how are you able to maneuver with shenanigans the removal of ministers that have been picked by your own uncle? They are pretenders. And it shocks me the speed with which they are looting our nation's coffers. There's going to be a demonstration, and Okujeto Blakk is going to lead it. And he's saying that it's going to be called enough of the looting. I'm looking up to that. So what is in this expose? According to Okujeto Blakk, GABBY Asarochidakun has been able to handpick somebody. And this person is benefiting from a certain procurement deal, which is all corrupt, and a huge amount of money, over 178 million Ghanaian dollars, going to this person. Is there going to be a kickback? Or is it a kick forward or kick side? This is from the Ministry of Finance. They are paying people procurement breaches. And according to Blakk, this guy handpicked such a person, took him forward, and they are paying huge sums of money to this person. And is stinking corrupt. May God expose them. May Ghana prosper. This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power. No politics, no religion. Yes, when we return, we have more. But make sure that your comments keep coming in. We shall read them. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Kukushodomo. Blakk Pot, Kukushodomo.
This is the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo. Our numbers are rolling on your screen. This is the biggest show on patriotism in the whole Africa. Pick up our numbers on the screen. Do business with us. The whole of Africa is watching this. And you will see from the comments that are coming in. Africans in the diaspora. Africans on the continent. This is the show. Your business will do so well here. Oh, yes. This is the Blakk Pot. And we never take you for granted. Your time is very important to us. And we make sure that we always go straight to the point. So we don't waste your time. It's all about Pan-Africanism. It's all about patriotism. And we go straight targeting the jugular vein. This is what it is. Next story. Hey, and watch it. What is dropping is hot like coals. Ghana, host of first English slave port. Slave port. You know what a port is? Our slave ports, we call them forts. F-O-R-T-S. But this one here is port. I want you to see the picture. You see that it's by the sea. Every port, most of the time, the biggest ones are around the sea, so that ships can come in. We have inland ports and all that, but most of these big ones, if they have to be significant, have to be ports by the sea. Now, archaeologists have been looking around the whole of Africa to see what is happening. And according to the BBC, they have been to Africa, Ghana, looked around, and look at what they found. These are bones, right? Are they not bones? They are bones. What kind of bones are they? Let me take you into the story so you would appreciate it better. Archaeologists discover location of first English slave fort in Africa, in Ghana. Jesus have mercy. Run the story. Watch this. It says, Ghana is at the center of the world's spotlight again after news broke confirming that the story of slavery on the continent of Africa specifically began in Ghana. And we're talking about transatlantic slave trade. Before the white man came here with his transatlantic slave trade 1, transatlantic slave trade 2, we already had our form of slavery, which was not like the transatlantic slave trade. Working together with a team, an archaeologist, Professor Christopher de Course, has led a team of archaeologists in uncovering the exact location of what is thought to be the first English slave fort in Africa. Buried under the ruins of Fort Amsterdam, the professor from Syracuse University in the United States of America led and directed the team as they carefully, expertly, extracted remains of an older fort, Cromantine. Do we all remember the Cromantine slaves? They came from Cromantine. Cromantine. They became the Cromantine slaves. In Jamaica, these were the slaves who were known as the Maroons. Very raw, very crazy, not ready to be slaves. A lot of them were royals, enslaved. Kofi was one of them. Akompong, one of them, and many more. The long-lost fort, buried under the earth, has the archaeologists busy as they methodically comb through layers of distinct layers of soil, the BBC reports. From the ruins, the team is discovering and laying out a gun flint used in old-fashioned guns, tobacco pipes, broken pottery, and the jawbone of a goat, which all point to the existence of the first English outpost established anywhere in Africa, according to Professor Christopher de Course. Any archaeologist who says they are not excited when they find something are not being entirely truthful. And it is with this excitement that he announced his pivotal moment in the history of the involvement of Europeans in Africa during the slave trade era. The discovery by the team of archaeologists may shed some light on the lives of those early traders and what they were doing, as well as those who were sold and the impact on the community around them. According to the report, the slave trade began in this location, that's Fort Cromantine. I've been there several times. In 1663, when King Charles II granted a chapter to the Company of Royal Adventures of England trading into Africa, later the Royal African Company, he gave it monopoly rights over the trade in human beings, King Charles II. 2 years after, however, the Dutch seized the fort. But that has not taken away the fact that Fort Cromantine played a key role in the initial stages of the slave trade. Can you match that? We don't have that many details on exactly what these early outposts of the slave trade looked like. which is one of the things that make unwavering the foundations of Fort Cromartin interesting. Dash. There's a BBC report. So this one is curled from the BBC. First English slave fort in Africa uncovered on Ghana's coast. Of course, the Spaniards, people from Spain, the Portuguese, and the rest, they were all here. The Portuguese were the first to come here, right? That's what it is. But the English were so interested in slavery. No wonder they owned so many slave coasts. And this country today called Ghana formed a major coast, a major port for the shipment of human beings from out of here. No wonder we have the gate of no return right here in Ghana. My brother, this country is not by accident called the gateway to Africa. It is supposed to tell you how the Europeans found a way into Africa using this land today called Ghana. How they were able to use this fort, in fact, to ship our people out of this land. And they created what was known as the gate of no return. Once you pass through it, you never return home. Today, symbolically, a lot of African Americans and so on and so forth return, and they want to pass through the gate. And as it stands now, we are still enslaved. We may be walking freely, but we are puppeted, so we are not free. It hurts that a people were targeted, once very great and powerful, so targeted for reasons that you can spell out: jealousy, envy, wickedness, and everything. They destroyed our spirituality, stole from us our wealth, mashed up all the development that we had after we taught them, and even stole our manuscripts to be able to build what they have built. In order to defy this, it is not enough to say the gate of no return. We are returning through it, so it's a gate of return now. So when you return, what next? Are we able to bring back the ancient monuments that we had? The architectural strength and power that we had? Can we bring back so that we would stand firm and say, despite breaking us down, just like in the valley of the broken and dry bones, the bones came back together again in the days of Ezekiel in the Bible. Can we do that? The greatest kingdom that ever existed in this part of the world and all over was the Ghana Empire. And we have facts to tell you that nobody outcompeted us. But today, can you say the same thing about us? We have become villains and hoodlums. We have become people with no brains, idiotic, foolish, and we are not ready to learn. Our own people are killing us. This is a subject I love. If I'm not careful, I will spend the whole 60 minutes talking about this. Permit me if I don't go deeper into this, but it's all because of time. Keep your comments coming in. Ghana was that route where over 90% of all slaves from Africa passed. Research has shown that. Kai, oye papa. When we return, we'll look at your messages, and then we'll also do more. It's the Blakk Pod. Hey! Wayo!
PATRIOT. Blackpot. Coco show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Show number one Africa, one people, one land. It doesn't matter where you come from, as long as you're black, you are African. The words of Peter Hubert Macintosh. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Kai is hateful. Let's read your comments and keep them coming. Wow. And Kuchoko Legend says, well, welcome. Remember to keep your comments coming. All right. Well, this is from the platform. And Marcos Ekuyamwa says, good evening, Black Rasta and the family members watching you from Amsterdam. Oh, love, 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 love. Blessed love. And to the people of Amsterdam, love and respect. We have a deep history about Amsterdam and black people who were carried from the Ashanti into that area. They were setting special force, forming the army, doing things. We've talked about it before. We'll find time and look at it again. Know your history, you know. Max Pro says, welcome, Black Rasta. Speak truth to power. Watching you from Germany. Keep on with the good work. And we are always with you. Blessed love. William Agbedo says, keep the fire blazing on these wicked politicians. Love, love every time. Nuhu Muhammad Abdallah says, listening and watching to the Patriot. Blessed love, my brethren. Patriot message, right? All right. Gameli Apasu says, Black, welcome. Come here and run the story and speak truth to power. Blessed Solomon Nimaku says, yes, I. And he says, Ites, go and educate the people them. All right, go and educate them. Blessed Benjamin Kwanzaa says, this is the Black Pot. Run the story. Come here, watch me, dash it out. And you think, say you day wise. Black Rasta, you are really blessed with knowledge. And I like your patriotism. Blessed love. Well, I appreciate and I love you. I mean, there's nothing you can benefit from if you don't appreciate it. We see people and we feel like illiterates. I've met great minds, and when I listen to them, I just become quiet. Like the Dagomba people say, Afanam yelam shabli harla madahanama. See, when scholars meet, some of the scholars become learners. What a proverb. Watch this. It says, Aki Ita says, Milayan. Today also, Abolition Day. Oh my God. Thank you so much for reminding the platform it's Abolition Day, aka Emancipation Day, for all the Anglophone Caribbean, Guyana, and Belize. Emancipation. Breaking away from the bondage of suppression and wickedness, slavery. Soleji Mawena says, good evening, Black Rasta. Welcome again. Please advise African leaders to stop following European leaders' ideas. African leaders, a lot of them are nothing but puppets. Now there's a whole kind of spring. We'll call it the African spring, rising around Africa. If it's for the good, may it happen. If it's not, may it be dismantled and destroyed, as Rastaman will say. No, Muhammad Abdallah. Yes, Africa is full of theory and less in practical. The level of practical should be higher. Yes, remember we said, there is no beauty but the beauty of action. That's our proverb for the day. Maybe we should bring in a segment here, proverb for the day, right? Ekeni Okoli says, more fire, Black Rasta. Soleji Mawena says, I'm watching you from Togo. Lome. Mawena, F1. Akpesia. Black, you're too much. You're too much too. Benjamin Kwanzaa says, Black Rasta, can you interview Mcdan live in the Black Pot one of these days so that we would hear his side of the story for your listeners? Well, we see that. He normally doesn't want to grant interviews. Even with this one, we have to struggle and run around. I will speak with him and see if he will grant us an interview. It will be good for him. In fact, when I met him, he said, Black Rasta, I regret I didn't grant you an interview long ago. Yeah, well. Benjamin Adote said, Black, I appreciate the wisdom and smartness you use in addressing issues of national interest without getting entangled with the law. You are smart. Keep up the good work. Benjamin, blessed love, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for the compliments. Sharif Ibrahim says, maybe Songo 6. were not serious about it or ready yet. Which one is Song 06? Well, we'll find out what it is. Sweet Papito says, Blakk, please, when are you going to start coming live on TV3? Ha ha ha. We are bringing the fire brigade there because when we enter, there is pure fire. You know that, right? So please, when the fire brigade is ready, we will go there and mash it up. Next one comes from Sharif Ibrahim, and he says, today, you look Jamaican. Really? That's not a Jamaican flag, though. It's not Jamaican. Well, with a turban, maybe Rasta. And you can trace Jamaica to Rasta, right? And all that. Africa as well. Well, I take that as a compliment. Rastafari, bless and love. Yo, Jamaican people, bless and love. Aki eater and the rest eat more aki and saltfish, yeah? Benjamin Adote says, Blakk, please, have you tried reaching GABBY, if possible, for an interview to get his side of all the controversies that surround him? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We tried in the past, it didn't materialize. Maybe things have changed, just like Mcdan. Things might change and he would like to speak. Petrina Otu says, greetings, my brother. Blakk Rasta, much love always. Oscar Pendragon says, Blakk Rasta, speak wisdom to the corrupt people. Because of them, we are suffering in another man's land. Meanwhile, we have more than we can use. I think that's what he wants to say. We're watching you live from Israel. Oh, which part of Israel? Jerusalem? I was in Jerusalem. Or Tel Aviv. All right. I was there for about 7 days, 8 days. American Black Holocaust survivor. Oh, I like that. American Black Holocaust survivor. Wow, this is very powerful. This is deep history. The history of the Holocaust. And what is my American brethren saying? I am so happy to be of the lineage of first world people. I am glad my people invented air conditioning, refrigerator trucks, modern toilets, electric light, stop light, railroad light, and then sanitary napkins. Oh yes. African people did that. The clocks and all that. You remember we're telling you the story of the Dogons of Mali. Our own people were carried out and they exhibited a lot of intelligence. Oh yes, they did. Remember in the days of slavery, I say this and some people don't like it. They carried some of the most brilliant, the strongest, and left some of the weak ones around. And some strong ones who were able to flee or fight their way into escaping from this trauma also stayed behind. But a lot of the strong ones, both in the head and in the physique, were taken out. So averagely, a lot of the people who survived the Holocaust, a lot of the people who were carried into slavery, I don't want to use that word, are some of the best creme de la creme black people and Africans. That's true. American Black Holocaust survivor says again, he says, I love America. Oh, you do? All right. You love America. All right. That's okay. American Black Holocaust survivor comes again. He says, your ancestors sold the best, and the ones left behind were the rest. American Black Holocaust survivor says, Ghana owes so much to China. And he says, I think he wants to say, ha, 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 ha. Bring back that. Bring back that. My brother, can I tell you something? The fact that you relocate a tree trunk into a river doesn't make it a fish. And it doesn't make it a crocodile. I will be so ashamed if you tell me you're American. The fact that some disgraceful African people decided to sell their own kind. If you know history, there were several other Africans who fought against it. The tribal wars and all the unnecessary things exacerbated when the Europeans came in and manipulated a few greedy Africans to engage in this. So if you had succeeded, listen, if you had succeeded in escaping the slave trade and remained in Africa, even though you were against the slave trade, you did not get carried away. You remained in Africa. Would you call yourself a sellout? Do we understand it clearly? Not everyone who remained in Africa was a sellout. Some were able to fight their way through and remained right here in Africa. So when you are saying the best, it doesn't mean everyone who remained in Africa was chaff. That would be total disaster, for want of a better word. I don't want to believe you love America. America that came to enslave you. You love it more than the land that sold you. Right? Because the tree trunk all of a sudden has become a crocodile. My brother, the best we can do is, if today you travel out of the land, or you are sold out of the land, and you return, you must remember that you have only come to take your place. You are not a stranger. Africa is yours. What can you do to help Africa grow and get better? The America that we said we are proud of, they never rate you. They shoot you down on the streets like goats and sheep. The America that we say you so much love, all the way into the mid-1900s, black people were still not seen as human beings who should vote. Civil rights movements. People had to fight. Black people like George Steiner, little boy like that, was put in the electric chair and killed all because he saw a white woman and said, oh, you are pretty. This is the land that you want to uphold and try to delude Africa. I don't want to believe what I'm reading, but if that is what it is, my brother, you may have to think about it again. Kimos, okay, Ed Texas says, you the man. Kimos GH says, our beloved motherland Ghana is in the wrong hands. These dudes are a replica of their what? Ancestors? Ancestors? Which of the ancestors? Replica of which ancestors? I don't get it. Rap Thunder says, legendary Blakk, you are too much. Blessed. Rap Thunder says, I really love the color, too bright. Very nice. It's like our leaders, Nana Akufo-Addo and the rest, are stealing all over the place. Thieves in government. Would I say that because they have sold us out, I'm not Ghanaian anymore? I am Ghanaian. Ghana is the land. The people in it are only human beings. They can be bad, they can be good. But the land is what I'm looking at, the power. You see what it is? Remember the greatness of the Ghana Empire and many other such things. That's why I made that song, My Dear Ghana. Our politicians cheat us and we respond, we still are love with Ghana. So my day my coward, we still are love with Ghana. So my day my cheat, we still are love with Ghana. So my day my thief, we still are love with Ghana. Nothing, you can take the African out of Africa. But as it's been said, you can never take the Africa out of the African. American Black Holocaust survivor says, we are not African Americans. We are foundational black. That is correct. It's correct. 100%. Why should you be African American? Take out the American middle name, man. You are foundational black. You are African. That's it. No shenanigans. No rhetorics. Americans say what? We are not African. Oh, really? So what are you? Black. It's a matter of semantics. Any which way, the Blackport, a.k.a. Coco Show, no man, keep your comments coming in. Yes, you see, I don't want to be seen as laughing at a serious matter because it's not a joke. Come here. Trini Jonas will say not a joke anymore. In our parlance, they say you never use your left hand to point at your house. no matter how bad it is. Are we ready to work and put it right for generations here to come? Are we? That's what we are doing. It's not everything on our land that is good. Again, not everything on our land is bad. Next story. Come in. Come in. Next story. Touch it. What does it say? KKD'S gay son enters Ghana politics. This is a man I love and respect. One of the pioneers of radio in Ghana. And, you know, when he came in, he called himself the finest. Fashion sense. People loved him. These days he speaks a lot of Pan-Africanism. And, you know, he's a man who now wears the kente, the royal regalia and all that. A lot of that. In his days, as a younger man, he represented a lot. And on radio, people loved him. But he granted me an interview on my show. And I asked him, do you have a gay son? He said, yes. In fact, tears started running down his eyes. He said, I am not gay. In fact, recently, he was even pinpointed and fingered for a rape case with a woman, not a man. KKD himself. So if anything at all, he is more than just straight. This is his son. He looks so much like him. He's gay. That's him. He's been engaged in a lot of gay parades. What is the story? KKD, at the hell of his career in Ghana, working with some brewery companies in Ghana. He made a lot of money. He got married. His wife was in England, but he was here. He could, according to him, on my show, he would buy a plane ticket, fly to England, just to sleep with his wife and return the following day. He missed his wife so much. Because of that, he left everything that he had acquired in this nation to travel to England to join his wife. But that was where the fortune crashed down. The marriage ended in a divorce. And his wife took care of the children. I asked him, do you think that if you are taking care of your son in Ghana, he would have still been gay? He said, I don't know. How did he get to know that his son was gay? According to KKD, his former wife called him and said, your son just told me that he's gay. He said, no, I can't believe it. Can I speak with him? He spoke with the son, and the son said, Daddy, I'm gay. You got to be happy for me, man. I'm gay. I'm gay. I am gay. England allows it, but Ghana frowns on it. Now we even have stringent laws against that. KKD, speaking to me, had tears in his eyes. But that's his son. What does he have to do? Kill him? Slaughter him? But listen to what a politician is saying. I wanted to use a harsh word, but I respect the platform, so I decided to keep. Advise your gay son and stop the bitterness, KKD told. Run the story. The Deputy Director of Communications for the New Patriotic Party, NPP, NS Owusu Bempah, has launched an attack on Ghanaian broadcaster Kwesi Chedakwa, popularly known as KKD, following his recent comment that whoever coined the NPP's popular slogan, breaking the 8 is a fool. Owusu Bempah accused KKD of speaking out of hatred and bitterness and questioned his reasoning abilities. Speaking in an interview on NIT FM on July 31, 2023, Owusu Bempah expressed his belief that the comments were uncalled for and senseless. First of all, KKD, I think that he has a problem, he himself personally, since my breastfeeding days, that I heard of KKD when he was wearing big chains and a hat with a suit and others. So for him, he has seen all previous governments, and for him to come and comment that the person who coined breaking the 8 doesn't have sense, then it means he has said something uncalled for. Even his line of argument is below the bar. For anybody like him to speak like that, you can see that all that he's saying is born out of bitterness. His utterances are not born out of reasonable thinking. The way he's talking, he is speaking out of emotional hatred, and that is how he's speaking. He referenced KKD's long history in the Ghanaian media and argued that his emotional stance and criticism of the person behind the breaking of the AIDS slogan were unwarranted. Also, Bempa went ahead to point out some alleged issues when KKD's family specifically targeting his son's advocacy for LGBTQI plus rights abroad. He challenged KKD to address these matters before criticizing others, suggesting that his moral standing should begin within his own household. Was KKD asleep when a certain president went to Chebi to say that Chebi is the headquarters of Dash? You see, this is supposed to be a deputy communicator for his party. I'm ashamed. These are the people who are making money from gays. These are the people who go to countries where homosexuality has been legalized, and they benefit from the taxes that gay people give out. And they take that as aid to come and feed their non-gay families. If you insult the hen that lays the golden egg, it means that your common sense is missing. When the American vice president came here, Kamala Harris, she said, I don't care what Ghanaian people think. Homosexuality is a right, and I stand here and I advocate it. Did your president have the balls to tell her you can't say that these are our laws, respect us? Did you say a thing? Because she was signing a check for your president who has no honor. You all were quiet. KKD is not gay. His son is an adult. He can decide to do anything. Why do we want to do politics that's so below common sense? Dash. Last thing I'll look at, and I'm going to spend just 2 minutes on that, and I'm done. We still have a last story, right? And this is the last story. 2 minutes, I'm done. Resurrected, dead again, pastor, still not buried. He told us that, in fact, he died. And then he resurrected. He had one of the most burgeoning churches in Ghana, Accra here. Resurrection power. Look at what he told us. It may be recalled that Reverend Anthony Kojo Boache in November 2022 told his church members that he died and was resurrected after 5 days. I highlighted that so you can see. I am a living testimony. I have died and resurrected because of my strong faith in him, Jesus. He resurrected me when I died. And then he died again, right after saying this. But before he died again, he told his church members that God had revealed to him that they should buy him a white car. And the white car, he would ride it and show that he has been able to defeat death. That's the headline. God says, buy me a white car. Ailing Reverend Anthony Boache demands car from members after wife slapped elder over tithes money. When he was sick and almost dying, saying that he died and resurrected, his wife, who you can see in the picture there, was fighting over tithes money. That was what happened. But interestingly, he died and couldn't resurrect again. And then he rained curses on his wife. I reverse my sickness to you and your entire generation. Reverend Boache raised curses on wife and family, right? That's the wife. He rained curses and said the wife intentionally wanted to kill him so she could take over his church. When he died, look who is putting an injunction on the funeral of this dead, unresurrected pastor. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Reverend Anthony Boache's wife secures court injunction to halt funeral. She wants to be in charge. It's my husband. Even though He cursed me and said his sickness should return to me. And he had divorced me. We were still married. I have the right to bury my husband. Could it be because of the tithes? Are some people still going to the church? This is a family issue. Dash it. My name is Blakk RASTA, and I want to say thank you so much. We have messages coming in, right? Lord God have mercy. Well, more messages coming in. It looks like we've run out of time, and we have to go. I appreciate you. Those messages we've not been able to read, please forgive us. We just want to keep it time like that. We value your time. We value your energy. Please share these broadcasts. Let everybody get to know that there is something like this happening in Ghana. There's a new generation, the Joshua generation of very patriotic Africans coming up to correct all the wrongs of our ancestors and usher in a new generation. Are you part? Are you coming? Are you coming? You think we're joking? You see it as a joke? Do you see joke in these eyes? You must be kidding. It's serious. It's dangerous. Like the Maroons, we are ready to crush anyone on our way. It's been the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Warrior!